Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality.
Hello, welcome to Triviality. My name is Ken, and this is the first recording of 2021. Just want to take this moment really quick before we get started to announce a big format change for the show. We're no longer going to be doing trivia. We're now going to be profiling a different reggae Hasidic Jewish musician every week. This week we're doing Modest Yahoo. I think you got somebody for next week. But before we get to that, let me introduce my co-hosts, Matt, Jeff, and Neal. What's up, guys?
Yo. How's it going?
Yo. Oh, it's good.
Yeah, it is. First recording of...
The second recording is going to be tough. Modest Yahoo's the easy one.
Well, right. That's why it's like a 4-hour intro episode.
Yeah.
And then everything else is going to taper off.
It's going to be a 10-minute podcast from now on.
So, yeah, I'm glad it's 2021. I feel like 2020 was sort of like the infinite jest of years. It just kept going and going.
Yeah, that is infinite jest, not to be confused with my new Triviality fan fiction that I've been working on. It's about my co-host's potent sperm, and it's called Infinite Jeffs.
Well, on that note, Jeff?
Nope, just to prove that 2021 is exactly like 2020, but with a different year. So
yeah,
there you go. Matt, you're coming to us from LA with 2 plants behind you.
Yeah, I thought I'd step it up in 2021 and at least double my production of fake plants in my apartment. And so far, I've already hit my goal. So rest of the year is looking good.
Yeah, we did see his plants, but now he switched his background to the 4 seasons heating and cooling. I don't know if that joke is still relevant, but I like it.
It's not. It's okay. I should have had a sea shanty background. I apologize.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, right. Be on the lookout for Matt's new Instagram called 2 Plants with a Z.
But we are excited to get going again in this new year. We took a bit of a break for the holidays, and we're starting off with a bang because today's guest host is Ann Gerring. She's a savage superstar from Michigan. Welcome to the show, Ann.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So I am a medical assistant. I live in northern Michigan with my husband. We have 2 little girls who are 3 and 1. So that's a huge majority of my time. But I love trivia. Even though I live in a really rural area, you guys have made it really possible for me to listen to trivia and kind of get back what I used to have when I lived in the real world amongst the humans when I could do live team trivia. So thank you.
Yeah, that is one thing that you probably miss out on, but I'm pretty jealous of her lifestyle right now, to be honest. I'd kind of like to retreat into the rural wilderness a little bit.
She has
you
a very...
want to live out your cabin in the woods fantasies.
Yeah.
She has a very picturesque window with like beautiful snow-covered trees and there's like some person...
It's only picturesque for a minute. It's only picturesque until you try to get your mom minivan up the hill and then you die.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some trade-offs, but I'm a little bit jelly. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think you're ready.
All right. Well, are you ready to make some teams today?
I'm ready. I know Jeff came in here hot with a bunch of mail, like a mailman. Thank you to the Postal Service sidebar. But you had a bunch of mail, and in the mail was some magic cards. Is that right, Jeff?
Yes, not surprising. I had a bunch of magic cards ordered after Christmas to spend up gift cards and such. And so I guess we were inspired by a few of the names. So Neal was really keen on Prismatic Vista. So that will be our team name.
Jeff and Neal, Prismatic Vista. And that leaves me and Matt to get our repeating revenge on your victories. So what was our team name?
I believe you guys chose Master of Cruelties.
Master of Cruelties. Very accurate. That is a real magic card. So let's hear from the rules guy. Which guy do you want to hear from this new year?
It's a new year. Let's be a little bit more international this year. That's my resolution for Triviality. So let's go with the Dutch reading.
De regels van het spel zijn simpel. 20 vragen verdeeld over 2 rondes, waarbij elke vraag 10 punten waard is. Halverwege is er een speciale swingronde, ontworpen door de host van deze week. Na deze rondes beginnen de spelers aan de finale, met de punten die ze hebben verdiend. En hebben ze de mogelijkheid om 0 tot 30 punten in te zetten op 5 gecategoriseerde vragen. Aan het eind van het spel wordt iemand benoemd tot the cream of the crop.
And the queen of the crop. Oh yeah.
Thank you, Willem.
Yeah, and I think everybody understood the rules. New listeners, just go back one episode and listen to the rules in English if you prefer. And I think we're ready to get started. Anne, if you want to take it away, question 1.
All right, question number 1 in the category Six Semper Tyrannis. Leon Czolgosz was an American steelworker and anarchist who assassinated what president in Buffalo, New York at the Pan American Exposition?
I believe we can lock in, Neil.
Okay.
Yeah, Matt, I always get confused name-wise between the Garfield assassin and the McKinley assassin, but since you said Buffalo, I'm pretty sure that's McKinley.
Sounds like it.
Okay.
Yeah, and we too went William McKinley.
Points all around. It is William McKinley. And Ken, for you, the assassin of the other president you named is Guito.
Okay.
Charles.
Wasn't Mondays.
Tap the count. We are undefeated this year. We've gotten every question right in 2021. Great success.
All right, number 2, your category, not a Lisa Left Eye Lopez question. While
Shame.
NSYNC does have a song, on No Strings Attached called Space Cowboy, Joey from Friends has an imaginary friend who is also a space cowboy. No word from Steve Miller on his opinion, though. What is Joey's imaginary friend's name?
Shame. I have been watching some Friends reruns on TBS while I eat my breakfast because I just can't handle any other content that early in the morning, which is like 11:30.
Yeah. So you opt for brain mush while you eat your mush oatmeal?
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, so the song you were talking about, Ramblin' Man, that's by
Oh, the Allman Brothers. Oh, okay. I thought maybe it would be a good space.
So you've got the Joker, you've got Jet Airliner, you've got Fly Like an Eagle, you've got those are your Steve Miller songs.
Joker sounds right, because I mean that's kind of like reminds me of Top Gun. Their names were Joker, Maverick, Goose. I don't know. Do you want to just go with Joker?
It's an informed guess.
Okay, so with a yippee-yi-yo, yippee-yi-yay, we're gonna lock in with Joker.
And we just said Harold.
Oh, you were so close. I thought you might get there. The reference is to the Joker, but the answer is Maurice.
Oh, some people call me Maurice. That's right.
Good question.
All right, number 3 in the category Army and Memes. The Universal Camouflage Pattern, or UCP, is a digital military camouflage pattern that was formerly used by the U.S. Army in their Army combat uniform. It was chosen after lab and field tests from 03 to 04 showed it to provide the best concealment in many different operational environments. But my husband, the former Army sergeant, would have to disagree. Quickly gaining internet fame, a photo of a soldier wearing this camo pattern was completely camouflaged while doing what?
I always thought that this camo pattern was to take cover in like digital surroundings, like if you're in virtual reality,
Like the
seems very early 2000s thing.
You're hiding in 8-bit.
Yeah.
like
It
you're
is
in,
exactly what it looks like. That is 100% what it looks like.
You're in disclosure.
I was just gonna say you're in disclosure, and Michael Douglas is looking for files.
Yeah. I can't recall this one. Do you want to say eating breakfast? That's pretty funny.
I guess that's fine.
Do you have any ideas?
I would think it'd be some kind of outdoor activity, because you'd figure it would just be something random, but
Laser tag? Playing
sure, laser tag.
That's funny.
All right, we're gonna go with an activity that some might want to be camouflaged for, I suppose, and we're gonna say milking a cow.
Oh, I love that. I want to see that picture. No, this is actually, he was laying on an ugly couch from the 70s. It's like your grandma's couch that has that flower pattern. He is completely camouflaged. It's so great to see photos of people who are like, there's a photo of my husband in Afghanistan wearing this camo pattern, and then there's a photo of this guy on a couch, and I'm like, why did we choose this? This is not the right style of uniform, and I'm so glad that they don't use it anymore because it's terrible.
Show me ugly couch from the 70s.
Was your husband also covered in really tight plastic as he walked around? Like a grandma couch.
Like a grandma couch.
Like a grandma couch.
Oh
Yeah, we got it. We got there.
There was such a long pause. I was like, oh no, I didn't want it to sound weird.
Lord, what a day. All right. Number 4, your category, birds aren't real. Frigate birds are pretty cool. They occasionally rob other seabirds for food, and they have the largest wing area to body weight ratio of any other bird. What oceanic island country's flag features a gold frigate bird on a red field above the water?
Don't kill the seabird.
And I'm not confident on it, but we'll lock it in.
So you got your Albania. That's a big one.
All right,
but
I think we're
not
going
Oceania.
the wrong way here. So we got,
Yeah.
let's do by region. Indonesia,
Well, I
probably
think-
not.
I think Papua New
Australia,
Guinea
no.
has a bird
Papua
on
New
its
Guinea.
flag,
Okay. That's the right area, yeah.
but I don't know. Yeah, but I don't know if that's one thing she's describing, but I think that might be something.
All right, let's go with that. Papua New Guinea.
And we are going to go with a country that used to be in the past, but now they're in the future. They moved their international date line, and we're going to go with Kiribati.
Kiribati or Kiribati is correct.
Well, we weren't getting there, so I don't even feel bad.
Mhm.
Is Kiribati related to Keira Knightley?
Yes.
Okay.
They're cousins.
Number 5, your category, what a dick. My hometown of Clarksville, Tennessee is known for many things, including my alma mater, Austin Peay State University. In the 1987 NCAA basketball tournament, Austin Peay led number 3 seed Illinois at the half. What famous broadcaster, former NBA head coach, and member of the Basketball Hall of Fame stated that if my alma mater won, he would stand on his head, only to have Austin Peay upset Illinois 68-67?
We can lock in then.
Great.
Yeah. NBA coach. I mean, when she said what a dick, I was thinking of Dick Vitale, but I don't think he ever coached a team. I think he was
Oh.
just a broadcaster.
Yeah.
Richard. I don't know if any other coaches. I was thinking of the really tall Walton, but I don't think he was a coach either. He was just a player. Yeah, I don't know. Do you know any coaches named Richard?
No, I'm
Okay.
not great with the NBA.
All right, let's go with I can't remember the Knicks head coach. All right, we'll just say Dick Vitale.
Ooh, coach of the Pistons back in the 70s. I'm pretty sure this is Dickie V, Dick Vitale.
This is Dick Vitale.
Oh, lucky.
And I have a great story about this. My dad was a sports broadcaster. He was a broadcaster for Austin Peay State University, did play-by-play and a little bit of color commentary back in the day. He got to MC the event where that Austin Peay held. Austin Peay held this great event where they brought everyone back after the tournament ended, just as a congratulations for such a Cinderella team doing so well. And they invited Dick Vitale. Well, my dad got to MC this event. And as part of MCing, he is announcing the head table. He's like, to my right, I have so-and-so and his wife so-and-so, the president of the university, blah, blah, blah. I have the head coach, blah, 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 and his wife so-and-so. And then he points to Dick Vitale and he says, and this guy, well, I'm going to overlook him like he overlooked us. And so my dad got to lay a sick burn on Dick Vitale, which I think is the greatest thing in the history of the world.
Did he end up standing on his head?
He did. Yeah. He stood on his head and had a few of the starting players hold him up at the game. And there's a photo of that too, that my dad has.
That's great.
Nice. Well, at the end of 5 questions, it looks like whatever our name was, Unbridled Cruelty or
Master of Cruelties.
Master of Cruelties.
It's like Metallica's Master of Puppets, but
lagging a
cruelties.
little bit behind the Prismatic Vista. Or, is that what it is? Okay. This is getting difficult, man. After 4 years of podcasting, we're lagging a little bit behind. It's 30-20.
All right. Going into question number 6 in the category of war. Roman general Publius Cornelius Scipio earned the Ognoman or nickname Africanus after victories at Alipa and Zama during what war?
Gary Johnson just walked in. He asked, what is Alipa? But we told him to swiftly leave. But I believe Jeff and I are locked in with an answer.
Yeah, I have no idea on this one, Matt.
So we're looking for Roman battle, right?
Roman war.
Probably.
Yeah. So do you want to say the Boer War? Because I don't really know when that was. I think it was
fine.
later, but...
We know they had a few of them, so we guessed this was Punic Wars.
This was the second Punic War, but I'll take Punic Wars. This is after he defeated Hannibal. So Africanus, meaning essentially granting him this African title after he defeated the Carthaginians in Africa.
Okay.
It's the only Roman war I knew about.
Yeah. I should have pulled that. That's always on Jeopardy. That's one of those things. And every time it's on Jeopardy, I'm like, oh.
Oh, yeah.
Number 7, your category, coming soon to a blockbuster near you. a bronze giant of Greek mythology built by Hephaestus, and a Marvel character played by a green Ben Mendelsohn share what name?
Damn. I know the Marvel character, and I just can't pull his name.
Yeah, I know his species.
Yeah. Okay, after a long deliberation, Matt was able to pull it. We were locked in.
So I know Hephaestus, was like a blacksmith or created this statue. It was in a play that Colleen did, but I cannot for the life of me remember.
Well, the big statue that I'm thinking of is the Colossus of Rhodes.
Okay, so that's better than anything I'm going to come up with. I know Ben Mendelsohn played a Skrull in Captain Marvel. I cannot remember his name, but do you think it could either be Colossus or Rhodes, maybe?
Yeah.
Rhodes is already part of the MCU.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's, Don Cheadle. So it's definitely, let's just go Colossus because I can't come up with it.
Sounds good.
All right. Matt, you want to take this one?
Yeah, I don't remember. I had recently watched this movie. It's not bad. Kind of gets a bad rap, to be honest. It's from Captain Marvel. I'm pretty sure that the character's name was Talos.
So the correct answer is Talos. That is right. He plays the Skrull in Captain Marvel.
Good poll.
Yeah, I was never going to get there.
All right. Question number 8 in the category Spice Up Your Life. A scientific study on what makes things memorable found that Wannabe by Spice Girls is the catchiest song. Participants recognized this song in 2.3 seconds, compared with an average of 5 seconds for other popular hits. This is undoubtedly due to the very recognizable first line, "Yo." What Spice Girl sings this memorable line?
We can lock in.
So I'm inclined to think it's sporty or scary.
It's not.
No?
It's scary.
Scary? Okay. We're going to go with scary. Very surprised by that yo.
We are also going with Mel B, known as Scary Spice.
The wonderful Mel B is correct. It is Scary Spice. All right, number 9, your category. Your body is a wonderland, slowly turning into bone. The xiphoid process is a triangular region of cartilage that slowly ossifies into bone. Where in the human body is the xiphoid process located?
That was Matt's nickname in college.
Trust the xiphoid process.
Yeah, we will lock in.
Okay. What are you thinking here, Matt? You said you didn't know too much medical stuff.
Yeah, but if you're looking at triangular and a lot of cartilage, it could be the nose. Does that make sense?
I was thinking that. I don't know if that turns into bone as you get older, though. I've heard a couple things like your
hair spouts out of it.
Yeah, I've heard a couple things like your ears keep getting bigger, or something like that, or your nose keeps getting. I've heard that kind of stuff. I wonder if it's in the hip, because when you get old, your hips become very vulnerable.
It is, and it is triangular, right? The hip bones, basically.
I mean,
if you draw a triangle around it,
I suppose you could kind of fudge that. Yeah, let's go with the hip.
That is a clever answer for which I hope you're right to reward you for that.
I have no idea.
We just guessed nose. So.
All right. So the xiphoid process is located at the base of your breastbone or the base of your sternum. I used to work in cardiothoracic surgery. There were people who would have like lung metastases to be attached there. And so I got to see some xiphoidectomies, which is a fun word, or the removal of this little bone at the base of your sternum.
Gotcha.
In the martial arts movies, they always do the, right into the xiphoid
usually
process.
not into the microphone.
Not into the microphone. That makes sense.
I'm going to punch you in the pancreas, then I'm going to punch you in the duodenum, then I'm going to punch you in the xiphoid process. Number 10, your category is rated E for everyone. Sheila the kangaroo, Sergeant Bird the flying penguin, Bentley the yeti, Agent 9 the monkey, and Hunter the cheetah are all friends of what PlayStation video game character?
I'm pretty confident we can lock in.
Okay.
What's the name of that character? He's got red fur. He's got a huge upper body and face with a really tiny waist. And he hops around in the jungle. And they just remastered it. And he wears sneakers.
I know. I literally couldn't tell you.
Oh, I'm lost. I also wrote down Parappa the Rapper, but Jeff didn't know who that was.
I don't know what that is.
A 1, a 2, a 3, or whatever.
Yeah, kick, punch. It's all in the something.
Oh, yeah, I do know that.
So I Crash Bandicoot.
That's it. Sure, let's guess that.
We'll lock in
I could
with
be
that.
wrong, but let's guess it.
Crash Bandicoot is what I thought, but Matt said...
Yeah, I think that this is the little dragon guy, Spyro.
Oh.
Back when I had PlayStation, I only had 3 games. Mary-Kate and Ashley's Mall Mystery Madness, Cool Borders 3, and your answer, Spyro.
Oh, good job,
Nice.
Matt.
Great.
That's
poll.
so funny because my little sister had both of those games, but then she also had the Shrek game, and that's all she would play on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Video game is such a blind spot for me in trivia. I literally know nothing other than like Cool Borders and Spyro, and that's it.
Well, good job convincing me out of that one, Matt. That pulled us to a tie, thanks to you and your polls of Talos and Spyro. It is 5-5, or as we say on Triviality, 50-50.
There you go. Before we throw it to the swing round, thank you for everyone interacting in the crop, also on Patreon and then our Discord channel, which you can come talk with Ann over there and a bunch of other folks and hear about new episodes and talk about the spoilers for each episode if you'd like a non-Facebook alternative. So thanks everyone for interacting over there. We appreciate it.
All right, shall we move on to the swing round?
Let's do it. So I am 6 years sober. Back when I drank alcohol and ruined lives, I was a very active yet very terrible karaoke singer. My go-to song was none other than the song that will be your basis for today's swing round. Your category is We Didn't Start the Fire. I will give you a clue and you will have to name the person, place, thing, or whatever it is that fits the clue and can be found in the Billy Joel song, We Didn't Start the Fire. All right. Number 1, Morena, Lutera, Yaz. Number 2, this is a phrase, 1958 medical disaster resulting in increased infant fatality and birth defects. Number 3, Julius and Ethel. Number 4, Broadway and movie character Angel Dumont Chenard died from complications related to this disease. Number 5, Salk invention. Number 6, communist dictator who died on March 5th, 1953. Number 7, successor of number 6, both in the song and historically. Number 8, 1951 St. Valentine's Day Massacre winner. Number 9, a phrase, November 22nd, 1963. And for number 10, I'd like you to name one of the 2 people who are mentioned twice in the song.
Okay, we will think this over and try not to listen to the song on YouTube, and we'll be right back. All right, we spent a few minutes seeing Ryan started the fire, and I think we're ready to submit our guesses.
Holding up our cheesy cheese pitas.
Yep.
All right, number 1 was Morena, Lutera, and Yaz.
All right, Matt said that Yaz was a Red Sox, so we said Red Sox.
Oh, that's a good
That
guess.
makes sense.
Yeah, we didn't have any guess, so we just said Rita Moreno.
All right, both good guesses. For number 1, Morena is an IUD. Lutera and Yaz are both forms of oral contraception. This is birth control.
Yep.
Number 2 was a phrase, 1958 medical disaster that resulted in infant fatality and birth defects.
We didn't know either on this one. We guessed it was about that time the Cultural Revolution in China would have been happening, so we just said the Cultural Revolution.
Okay, we said Chernobyl, but now I realize that was much, much later.
That's okay. Number 2 is children of thalidomide. So thalidomide was marketed out to people without a lot of great testing, and they were marketing it as safe for pregnant women. Turns out it was very unsafe for pregnant women and resulted in a lot of deaths and a lot of birth defects. Number 3, Ethel and Julius, or Julius and Ethel.
We don't know who that is, so we said the Joneses.
Yeah, we weren't sure. We thought of I Love Lucy with Ethel and Ethel Merman, but we just couldn't come up with anything, so we just said Caesar.
This is everyone's favorite espionage holes. This is the Rosenbergs.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Number 4, Broadway and movie character Angel Dumont Chenard died from complications related to this disease.
Okay, I knew this one, but I wasn't sure how it was stated in the song, so I put AIDS/HIV.
Yeah, we went with AIDS.
AIDS is correct. Points to both teams.
Yay!
Number 5, Salk invention.
Yeah, I think we're pretty sure it was a vaccine, and around that time we're going with the polio vaccine.
We too went with the polio vaccine.
Yep, he only refers to vaccine in the song, but it is the polio vaccine that he's referring to, so points to everybody. Number 6 is a communist dictator who died March 5th, 1953.
All right, pretty sure this one is Stalin.
We said Stalin.
Stalin is correct. And number 7, his successor, both in song and historically.
For that one, I think we went with Khrushchev. It's a question I've asked before, and now I can't quite remember, but...
Yeah, we know Khrushchev was around 61, so we figured if he had a few years behind him, we said Khrushchev.
Very close. There is one person who sits in between the two of them, and that is Malenkov.
Malenkov.
That's right.
I need to rewatch that movie, Death of Stalin.
Ken, you were so
I
close.
know.
You were so close in your discussion. I was waiting for it.
I knew it was an M
All
name.
right.
How could you forget me, Ken? That was Malkovich, not yeah.
Yeah, I know.
We got it.
Good.
Number 8, 1951, St. Valentine's Day Massacre winner.
Matt, you want to talk about our reasoning here?
Yeah, at first we thought I was thinking Al Capone, but he wasn't a really good boxer, so we decided it might have been a boxer. We're looking at 1950s boxers, and the most famous one I could think of was Joe Louis, so we said Joe Louis.
That's a really good guess. I was just assuming that there would be one reference to Marilyn Monroe in this song, or at least in the clues. I know she is in the song, but what I'm trying to get at is she was in Some Like It Hot. I can't remember if it was 51 or not, but that portrayed the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, and she was in the movie, so we said Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I guess that happened. This is actually, you guys were on the right track, Matt. This is the person who defeated Jake LaMotta, who could have been a contender. It was Sugar Ray Robinson.
Oh, I did say that too. Dang.
We said a lot of boxers, to be fair, though, so...
Mm-hmm.
Number 9 is a phrase, November 22nd, 1963.
We didn't know, so we were thinking moon landing for some wrong reason, and we said One Small Step.
11/12/63 is a book and also like a short TV series. We know that revolves around the JFK assassination, and Neal correctly, I think, remembered it's JFK blown away.
Which is a very sensitive way to put it.
Thank you, William Joel.
Yes. Good job.
William Joel very sensitively addresses the issue by saying JFK blown away.
I mean, what else does he have to say, right?
That's right.
It's there.
And number 10, one of the two people who are mentioned twice in the song.
We said Monroe on that one.
I remember in the song early on, he says Richard Nixon. And
Joe McCarthy, Richard Nixon, Studebaker Television.
And then I remember at the end he says Richard Nixon back again, something, something, something. So we said Richard Nixon.
Richard Nixon is one of them. The other one is John F. Kennedy.
All right. So following that round, it looks like... Yeah. Following that round, it looks like we picked up 15 points, and the other guys over at Prismatic
Vista
picked up 25. So they regained their lead of 10 points.
All right. Round 2, question 1. Your category is literature. Noah, Tom, Rose of Sharon, Al, Ruthie, and Winfield are all siblings and characters of what 1939 American novel that is set in Oklahoma and follows the family as they travel across the country to California?
Oh, well, we can lock in.
Okay, so these guys have a good idea. I'm not familiar with this bunch, but could it be a bunch of Grapes of Wrath?
That was my first thought. That's where they're going, California, so it makes sense.
Yep, Dust Bowl, Grapes of Wrath.
Yep. If I ever decided to get into the restaurant business, I'd have a little breakfast place called the Grapes of Wrath. So we said the Grapes of Wrath.
Grapes of Wrath is correct. John Steinbeck himself.
For once, Grapes of Wrath is the correct answer.
Question number 2 in the category, also a great episode of The X-Files. What difficult-to-say word can be defined as a straight line configuration of 3 or more celestial bodies in a gravitational system?
And the first word that came to mind, not hard to say, but it got me to our final answer, so we are locked in.
Okay. Matt, I don't think this is a long word, but I think there's a lot of like consonants next to each other, and I think it's like SCZY, schism, something like that.
Zizix Road.
Zizix Road, something like that. Do you kind of know what I mean? It's another word for eclipse, basically, but it's not eclipse.
Yeah, it sounds like synergy, right?
Yeah.
I know I heard this. Schism?
It's not Schism.
Is-
That's Tool. That's a Tool
It's a
song.
great Tool song.
That was what I was thinking of.
No, we can't.
Sticks.
Sticks. The band Sticks.
The River.
There's a lot of accents.
Having said that, were you able to like pull the correct answer?
Yeah.
What
and,
is it?
And you are painfully close.
I know.
Because it's syzygy.
Syzygy.
With 3 Ys all in weird spots, it is syzygy.
You were like so close. I was like, come on, guys. You got this.
Matt, we're like almost good at trivia. We just need to take that last step.
All right. Round 2, question 3 in the category 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, and 42. On the TV show Lost, Charlie and what other character are captured by Ethan in an attempt to do fetal testing on the character's unborn child?
We can lock in.
Oh, good, because I haven't watched past the first season, so.
I do not know.
Oh, this is, I believe Claire is her name.
Was that
I'm gonna say
Evangeline
Claire.
Lilly?
No. That Evangeline Lilly plays
Somebody else.
Kate.
Kate Austin, yeah. But
And your answer?
we also went with the only person who I could think of who was pregnant when they crashed on the island, which was Claire.
Correct answer is Claire. One really great fact about this is that Ethan pretends to be one of the flight members who crashes with them, turns out to be one of the others, and his name, Ethan Rom, is an anagram for other man.
Also, I believe that's played by William Mapother, cousin to Tom Cruise,
Neat.
It's true.
because Tom Cruise was born Thomas Mapother.
All right, question number 4 in the category geography. Russia has the most land borders in the world with 14. What French-speaking African nation borders the most countries out of any other in Africa with 9? Don't get it confused with a 1995 Tim Curry film.
Me and Neil are both thinking about Tim Curry films,
Yep,
and
as soon as
Matt
he-
and Jeff are thinking about geography.
For some reason, I was thinking of Fern Gully as the movie.
Ooh.
Oh, yes, the very popular African nation of Fern Gully.
Oh, well, you could have let me play that one out a little bit
Was
longer.
he Axis?
Isn't Fern Gully where they're like looking for unobtainium or something, right?
Basically.
Oh, could this be, was he in Congo?
Yeah, maybe. Was he? I don't know, but I think that's the best we're gonna do. Do they speak French in Congo, Republic of Congo?
We speak French in a lot of Africa.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go with Congo then, Republic of Congo.
To not be confused with the nation of Congo, I believe the correct answer is the Democratic Republic of Congo.
It is the Democratic Republic of the Congo. I'll let you guys
That's what I
decide
said.
if you want to give points on that or not.
He said Congo. He
I,
said
said, I even said the Republic of Congo.
he said Michael Crichton's Congo. So we'll allow it. Great.
I
If
love
I
it.
remember, Congo has a great action sequence at night. Maybe Tim Curry's in that action sequence where they're attacked by hippos in the water.
Is Tim Curry all the apes?
Yeah, he does all the motion capture. He was the what's his name?
You're saying it like there was CG in that movie and it wasn't guys in ape costumes.
Andy Serkis of ape performance. I guess Andy Serkis is the ape.
Yeah.
Is the ape performance. Yeah.
All right, number 5 in the category Buttheads of American History.
Jeff.
What bat?
Elected.
What bachelor president of the United States had his niece act as first lady? And just to give another clue, I feel that I should also add that he is, in my humble opinion, a real butthead for supporting the decision of the Supreme Court in the Dred Scott case.
Yep, we're locked in.
believe the bachelor president is Buchanan. Matt.
Mhm.
All right, we're going with Buchanan.
JB.
And we locked in with James Buchanan.
Butthead Buchanan is correct.
Following the first half of the second round, it looks like Prismatic Vista picked up 5 points. They got all those correctly to get 125, and we got 4 of those correctly for 105.
All right, moving into question number 6 in the category TV show Tribond. I want you to name the actor or actress who appears in all 3 of the following: Nip Tuck, 24, and Battlestar Galactica.
Oh man, I never got into Nip Tuck. People said I'd like it, but I can't do the surgery scenes.
I can think of one from like Nip Tuck, Game of Thrones, and name something else Peter Dinklage was in.
I'm pretty sure we can lock in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know Nip Tuck at all. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I could name some people in Battlestar Galactica, maybe, or one person.
Okay,
Edward
go
James
for it.
Olmos.
I'm trying to think of people from 24.
There's that lady who plays Starbuck. I mean, multinational coffee chain.
I'm trying to think of the guy that was in. He was in like everything in that time period. He was in 24. It's like he was one of the only people that didn't turn on Jack.
Dennis Haysbert.
Neil knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But I can't. He was also, I think, in the OC for a little bit. I can't remember his name.
Was it like
I don't think we're gonna get
the
anybody
younger,
here.
handsome guy who played Apollo?
Yeah, I
in
think so.
Battlestar? I have no idea who that is.
You want to go with the guy, the Allstate guy? I don't know. He's the president.
What
of 24.
about the woman who plays the president in Battlestar? Rose.
I don't.
What's her name?
I've never seen Battlestar.
Okay, we're going with Dennis Haysbert,
Yes.
the president. Okay.
So I know this actress was in Battlestar Galactica, despite never seeing it. I also know she was in Nip Tuck, despite never seeing it. But I pulled it because I knew she was in 24 100% because I love 24. So we went with Katie Sackoff.
Yep, that is the lady who plays Starbuck, whose name I couldn't remember. She's also in Mandalorian.
Yes, she is.
Indeed, she is. She plays Dana Walsh in 24, Dr. Teddy Rowe in Nip Tuck, and of course, Kara Thrace in Battlestar Galactica.
I kind of forgot she was in Nip Tuck because I only ever really think about Jolie Richardson being in that. But
And I was thinking of the very handsome Eric Balfour. Is the guy that I was thinking of.
he is very handsome.
I
It's
thought
like
you
a
were,
handsome guy name too.
24 has a lot of people that you just don't think about, like the guy who is in, what's it called? He's in Heroes, and he's also in a season of American Horror Story. And I can't think of his name.
Zachary Quinto?
Yeah.
Zachary Quinto was a hacker.
Just a
Yes,
Quinto.
Just a
Zachary
Quinto.
Quinto.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
his name.
Yeah, I believe he was a trainee of Chloe at one point. He
I was
a
like, I
hacker.
know it's not Milo Ventimiglia because I'd have remembered that.
Hey Neil, can I get you some more coffee?
Just a Quinto,
Just
please.
a Quinto?
Mm.
That's like a quarter of a
Star
cup.
of the slap.
Question number 7 in the category The Mole. The Mole is one of the most underrated reality game shows of my childhood. What comedian won the first season of Celebrity Mole by determining that Frederique Vanderwall was in fact the mole? This occurred in 2003, 3 years after her cameo in an Eminem music video.
Man, I thought for sure the answer was going to be Stephen Baldwin
I thought Stephen Baldwin too.
or Anderson Cooper.
I don't remember this.
All I could think of is the
series.
mole from Austin Powers.
Oh yeah, mole,
Who
mole,
was?
mole, mole. I wanted maybe this top one just because at that time period she was on a lot. I don't know. I don't really remember the mole other than Stephen Baldwin and all the references we make, but we came up with a comedian who may have been on that show in 2003 and hopefully was in an Eminem video. So we're locked in.
Do you think it could be Kathy Griffin?
That's possible. Do you remember her from a video?
So it says 3 years after, so 2000 would have to be like Real Slim Shady, and I feel like she might have been in that.
Yeah. I was thinking about Janine Garofalo as well for that era, and also Margaret Cho. But now that I did watch Celebrity Mole, and now that you said Kathy Griffin, we'll go with Kathy Griffin.
Yeah, I was thinking of comedians who were fairly big early 2000s, and we went with Kathy Griffin as well.
Your answer is Kathy Griffin. Stephen Baldwin and I believe Corbin Burnson are on both seasons of Celebrity Mole, neither of them winning, neither of them being the mole. And the winner of the second season of Celebrity Mole was actually Dennis Rodman. And they had another model be a mole, which I think was really interesting. And that was Angie Everhart.
Oh.
Mm.
Speaking of Corbin Burnson, Colleen and I are watching all of Psych from the beginning because she's never seen it, and I forgot how great that show is. I know Matt loves it. You go to sleep to that show, right, Matt?
It was The Office for a while, but they took it off Netflix. So now I've been sleeping to Community.
You got to
That's my new-
download
that's my new
Peacock.
That
go-to.
show's great.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like Community?
I
I've
used
never
to.
heard
I
you
love
say
it.
that.
I love it
Never
so
heard you
much.
say that.
I've never heard Jeff talk
Even the
about it.
bad seasons, I love them.
I used to go to sleep to Criminal Minds, if that tells you
Oh, that's a
anything
good one.
about my style of personality.
Give me some weird dreams about Greg from Dharma and Greg.
Speaking of Psych, they just had an episode where they make fun of Criminal Minds, which is great. It was the guy from The Dark Knight who had eyeliner, if you remember, who played the mayor. He plays him. Yeah.
All right, number 8 in your category, Jesus Christ Superstar. In the Bible, Mark chapter 14 details Jesus going to what location at the foot of the Mount of Olives to pray to God prior to his death?
I have a guess.
I actually
think
know
it's
this
wrong.
one. I know this one.
All right.
Ken with the Bible stuff.
All right, so they're locked in. I know if I heard it, I think I could tell you if it was correct or not.
My mind flashed the Garden of Gethsemane, but I don't know if that's right.
Okay, I've never heard of that before.
Okay, so
This is where he prays, or maybe I'm thinking of where the bush burns.
that's in the mountains
So,
somewhere.
yeah, very very different things.
Okay, so I have no idea then. I think if Ken says it, I'll probably know it, but we can lock in with the Garden of
Gethsemane.
Gethsemane.
All right, we locked in with the Garden of Gethsemane.
And your answer is the Garden of Gethsemane.
What am I thinking of then? I have no idea. Maybe I'm thinking of the Garden of Synecdoche, New York.
All right. In number 9, your category is OJ didn't do it. While OJ might have been the first in the NFL to rush for over 2,000 yards in a season, he does not hold the record for the most career games with 200 plus yards and 2 touchdowns. That distinction goes to what running back and Heisman winner?
Oh, you made me really nervous with that category, and then it ended up being okay.
He definitely stole that memorabilia.
Definitely, 100%.
It's a more modern answer, but
He's definitely won a Heisman.
okay. I believe I saw this stat somewhat recently, so maybe we'll go with it. All right.
Cool.
Jeez, this is tough because I'm thinking I don't think Barry Sanders won a Heisman, but he was my first guess. Do you have anything on this, Ken?
Nothing.
Okay. Well, Daniel Tomlinson also had a lot, but I also don't think he won the Heisman. I think when you go running backs, you can't go wrong with Jim Brown. So we're gonna lock in with Jim Brown.
Jim Brown was actually my first guess, but when Ann said 2 touchdowns, over 200 yards, it just made me think of a stat that I saw recently, a couple weeks ago, about Derrick Henry, who I think this year or last year had a ton. So we went with Derrick Henry.
Your answer is King Henry.
If you wanted to game theory, I believe Ann said she was from Tennessee, Matt. So
I am indeed originally, though I have lived in Michigan for almost 6 years now.
I guess I forgot about him after he only rushed for like 30 yards last week. What a shame.
Ouch.
Yeah, he was definitely dethroned. That's for sure.
That's the crazy thing about the Titans and Derrick Henry is that if he rushes for under 120 yards, we don't win.
I
Like
have
there's
no chance. Yeah.
0 chance.
All right, this round isn't looking too good for us. These guys have been on a roll, so let's finish it up with a good question here.
Hopefully. Number 10, your category is lakes. Voted 3rd most beautiful lake by National Geographic, Torch Lake is a summer home to Kid Rock and Michael Moore. Its famous sandbar draws crowds of hundreds every summer. In what state would you find Torch Lake?
And Kid Rock and Michael Moore cohabitating, getting along, cats and dogs, living together.
They live on the same lake.
I have no idea.
There is another famous person who lives on this lake that I can tell you later.
I have an idea.
Okay. We will lock in with Matt's idea.
What's the name of that song where he ripped off Werewolves London and Sweet Home Alabama, where he's like, all summer long?
something like that.
It's called All Summer Long. I'm
Is
pretty
it?
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because doesn't he say he's like sitting on the lake, drinking beers and shooting guns? That's probably not right.
Maybe, but like what lake? 'Cause
That's
that's
all
the
of his
question.
new work.
Is it possible, Michael Moore? Maybe like something in Arizona? Like is that where Lake Havasu is?
Yeah, that is like by where that is, but
I know people party there all the time. Maybe there's like a smaller Torch Lake that's more private. I don't know.
where would Michael Moore? Where's Michael Moore from? Isn't Kid Rock from like Michigan,
I think so, but
like Detroit area or something?
Michael Moore's from Michigan too. Is it possible it's in Michigan?
So like a big central lake in Michigan.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 4 of them that surround it, obviously. So
Well, we could. Do we want to go game theory and say Michigan, or do we want to say California, Arizona?
yeah, but what lake in Michigan?
Well, Torch Lake. That's what we're talking about.
Oh, I guess. I'm sorry. What was the question?
Do you want to go Michigan? Play game
what
theory.
state is
It is
Torch
state,
Lake
right?
in?
State.
Michigan, I guess.
Okay, we'll lock in with Michigan.
I was thinking Michigan, but she warned us against game theory like that right at the front. So, Matt, what did you say?
Yeah, I thought that we backloaded with game theory, and Kid Rock famously being from Detroit, I figure he'd stay
Michael
in
Moore,
Michigan
too.
because I don't know if he's allowed to travel. So we'll say Michigan.
And the home to numerous COVID cases earlier in the year, this is Michigan.
Man, tried to throw
All
us off
right.
the scent there.
Wow.
Sorry, guys. So Eminem
You got
also lives on this lake. So you can see like Eminem's house, Kid Rock's house, and Michael Moore's house, which is just a weird collection of humans.
Okay, that'll do it for regulation. It looks like the Master of Cruelties is lagging a little bit behind at 135. Is that the right name? Oh, good. And looks like Prismatic Vista taking the lead once again against me and Matt, 175. So we go into the final round, hopefully to turn things around.
All right, your categories for the final round. Category number 1, the Philosopher's Stone. Number 2, Chamber of Secrets. Number 3, Prisoner of Azkaban. Number 4, the Goblet of Fire. And number 5, Order of the Phoenix.
These are Lord of the Rings things, I take it.
While we're working on our wagers, Jeff, we do have a Patreon supporter in the house here. Ann is a Savage Superstar, and we thank her for that. But where can other people join Ann and get some extra content?
Yeah, if you are interested in getting some extra content and supporting our show in the process, you can do so at patreon.com/trivialitypodcast. Thank you so much to all of our current patrons. We had a really good year, 2020, as a result. We were able to do a lot more stuff than we thought we could possibly accomplish. So thank you to everyone. We'd love to see 500 patrons this year. So if you are interested and can support the show even just a little bit, we would greatly appreciate it. There's bonus episodes for days and
Goodie boxes,
a lot of other great
digital content.
a lot of other great content and things for you there. So
Let me one up you too. I'd like to see 1,000 Patreons this year.
that would be amazing.
That would be amazing, but we'll settle for 500 if we can get there. If we hit 1,000, though, we are going to be doing an adaptation of the Magic Mike musical in Vegas at some point.
I hate that
Again?
idea.
Again,
I hate that idea, but I would stand behind it for 1,000 patrons.
yeah, I'll gyrate to Genuine's Pony if we get 1,000 patrons. That's an easy sell.
Well, you'll do that later anyway.
And now that that image is in all of your heads, our wages are in. So let's get the questions.
All right, category number 1, the Philosopher's Stone. Your question: what absurdist philosopher wrote The Plague? In the category Chamber of Secrets, number 2, one of several narrators in the film The Secret, what self-help guru gained infamy when sued in a wrongful death lawsuit following 3 deaths in a sweat lodge? He later became the subject matter for the podcast Guru.
And that is not the Triviality Sweat Lodge, just to be clear.
In the third category, Prisoner of Azkaban, what legal term is defined as a plea under which a defendant may choose to plead guilty, not because of an admission to the crime, but because the prosecutor has sufficient evidence to place a charge and obtain a conviction in court? This most notably has been used by the West Memphis Three and Michael Peterson. Question 4 in the category Goblet of Fire. Mix together Jamaican dark rum, Puerto Rican rum, Demerara rum, lime juice, falernum, Don's Mix, grenadine, bitters, 6 drops of Pernod, and light that stuff on fire, and you have made what drink? And question number 5 in the category Order of the Phoenix. In Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, what character who does not appear in the films was instructed by Fred Weasley to give Dolores Umbridge hell for the Weasley twins upon their departure from Hogwarts?
All right. Our answers are in place, and we are back. So let's get the questions one more time, see how we did. I'm nervous. What about you, Matt?
Yes. I don't know how we did. We'll see.
We are not the master of cruelty like we thought.
Unless it's self-cruelty.
That we are.
You're like that guy from the Da Vinci Code who just beats his back over and over again.
Paul Bettany?
We are like Paul Bettany.
With a cat of nine tails.
All right. Question 1. I wanted the absurdist philosopher who wrote The Plague.
We didn't think it was one of the Greek or Roman guys, so we said Descartes.
For 20 points, we wagered. When I think of absurdist philosophers, I tend to go French, and I think this is the same author as The Myth of Sisyphus, so we said Albert Camus.
Sorry, we got so excited about Descartes that we also wagered 20 points.
Your answer is Albert Camus. For number 2, I wanted to know the name of the man who narrates The Secret and is a self-help guru who was later sued in a wrongful death lawsuit.
We wagered 20 points again. I wasn't too sure on the full name. I knew it was, I believe it's 3 names, like Charles Lee Ray and James Earl Jones. I can't remember the other person. Anyway, I think the last name is Ray. I want to say it's James Arthur Ray possibly, but we just officially locked in with Ray.
And we wagered 20, and we said Robbins.
So your answer is James Arthur Ray, who was in fact trying to be the new Tony Robbins.
Gotcha.
But his hands just weren't quite large enough.
Nor were his teeth.
Yeah, we said he had huge teeth, and you say he has big hands.
All right. Number 3, I wanted to know the legal term that someone might use to plead guilty, though they are not claiming guilt or admission of the crime. They are just doing it because the prosecutor has the evidence to convict them.
Matt said he had this one for 20 points.
Yeah, it's usually, I think, used so that they can take a plea bargain without admitting guilt, which kind of helps them in civil suits later. I believe it's the Albert plea.
We also wagered 20 points. I think this is the Alford plea.
This is the Alford plea. Both the West Memphis 3 and Michael Peterson had situations in their original trials, which resulted in them getting a new trial. And both of them used this so that they could just have time served. So it is Alford plea, Alford.
Very close, Matt. I had no idea, so
Yeah.
good job getting close. Very close. We're getting annihilated. This is not good.
We are the masters of none, apparently.
For question number 4, I wanted to know the drink that you make when you mix together a whole lot of rum, some falernum, lime juice, Don's Mix, grenadine bitters, and you light it on fire.
I don't drink,
we don't
but this
know, and
sounds
I
like a
think I'm going to
migraine.
need one after the game.
Yeah, we don't know. We put grog because I remember my friend making something on the stove, and they called it grog, and they set it on fire. So
We absolutely had no idea. We just figured maybe this is something that Nikki Sixx and Tommy Lee drank at one point. So we called it the Motley Crew.
I would love that. This is called a flaming zombie because I'm assuming you can only be a zombie after you drink that.
Mm-hmm.
And in the final question, I wanted to know the Harry Potter character who does not appear in the films, who was instructed by Fred Weasley to give Dolores Umbridge hell.
for our last 20 points, we said the Cookie Crisp Wizard.
And we wagered 20 points, but we couldn't think of a single character that wasn't in the films. So
what's the answer, Harry?
I think we tapped. So
Yes, we tapped.
So this character, I am so upset that he was in none of the films. His name is Peeves, and he is a poltergeist.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. John Cleese gets all the poltergeist credit.
AskPeeves.com.
all right. Following that last round, we have annihilated our score, leaving us a mere 35 points. I don't know why we do this to ourselves, Matt, but I will
You're the
not.
master of cruelties.
I will not admit that I'm not as good as these two. So we'll keep doing it. How about that, Matt?
Yeah, we'll take the Alfred plea on this one.
Yeah. And these guys picked up 20 points on the final round, bringing their total to 195, making them today's Cream of the crop.
I'm the queen of the crop. Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. What do you think about that one?
That was a great game, Ann. I think that might have been one of our only perfect rounds ever. The second round, it really helped us. I think we wouldn't have had as large a lead without it.
I think it's more proof that 2021 is just like 2020.
That was really great analysis, Neal. I think scoring a lot of points did help you win the game.
Well, Matt, I think the team that scores more touchdowns today is definitely going to win the football game.
This is a very insider quote for Chicago Bears fans, but did we get the quarterback position right? No. Did we win enough games? No, but everything else is there. That's Ted Phillips.
We have good culture on our side.
Good culture on the Bears, even though we lose.
That means they go to the museum a lot, or
yeah, they're
fans of fine dining.
Yeah, they go to the art museum and enjoy all the paintings the Art Institute has to offer. And thank you for that game. That was awesome.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I absolutely enjoyed it, and I could not wait to do it again. So thank you so much.
Yeah, very happy to have you. And I guess that'll do it for today. Me and Matt, once again, torturing ourselves, much like I'm going to torture myself watching every Blackhawks game this year. But for today's game, I want to thank you once again. I'm Ken for Matt, Jeff, Neal, and that was Triviality.
Bigot?
It's a frigate bird with an F.
Oh.
The old bigot bird. Very selective in its poopings.
I was like, I don't know. Birds
Those
getting
are just the
canceled.
birds.
2021.
Bigot birds are just from my hometown in Tennessee.